Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So, calculation of CG or centroid calculation for L section. For L section, this is also important sometimes. We are going to calculate centroid for L section. Okay, we are going to calculate centroid for L section. Now, obviously, this L section will be unsymmetric. I will show the diagram and you will understand. So, L section is what? Unsymmetric. Till now, whatever the section we had taken, it was symmetric. Symmetrical maybe about x-axis or maybe about y-axis or maybe about both. But this is the first problem, that is unsymmetrical section. And unsymmetrical section, if I say, that means it is not symmetric about x-axis nor about y-axis. So if it is not symmetric about x-axis, not symmetric y-axis, so definitely its CG or its centroid will not exist on x-axis or it will not exist on y-axis. It will exist somewhere other place. Okay, with some angle from horizontal and vertical also you can say. Anyway, so we'll give one L section and we'll see the dimension of that L section also, and then we'll go and calculate centroid. Okay, suppose here this is the L section. Right, this is the L section, and dimension for this L section is nothing but 20 mm. So definitely 20 mm here also will have a 20 mm. Right, then we'll go for the next, that is 80 mm. This is nothing but 80 mm, right? And coming to this, this is nothing but 100 mm, right? How many section we have for this particular? 2. So we'll try to find the CG location for this L section. CG location for this L section, right? Calculation, or you just write find the centroid of L section as follows, right? Now we'll go to the solution of this problem. So again, just calculation point of view, I will draw this one more time with all dimension, right? Now I can say this is what 20 mm, this is what 20 mm, this is what 80 mm, right? And here it is nothing but 100 mm. Now we'll check how many section we have here. See, we can say this is section 1. Okay, we can say this is what section 1, This full is what section 1, and this is the another part which is nothing but section 2. This is the another part, nothing but section 2. 1. All the dimension has been given. Obviously, this is also 20 mm. So what is the section 2 part? So this is nothing but 80 minus 20. That means 60 mm. Right? Good. So for section 1, what is the area A1? You see 20 into 100, 2000 mm square. 2000 mm square. Now I can draw reference axis. See, this is nothing but x axis here, and this is nothing but y axis here. So each and every measurement will be from x axis and y axis. What is the x1? X1 will be what? With respect to y axis, so x1 is the CG location. I can say for this CG location is somewhere here. Just say this is what x1. What is the x1 then? X1 will be the total width is 20 divided by 2, right? It's a 10 mm. Similarly, we can find y1 also. As I told you, this is not symmetric about x axis or y axis. Then we have to calculate both x and y centroid location. Okay. So what will be the y1? So obviously its total length vertical it is 100. So 100 by 2. If you check this location from the horizontal, so it's 100 by 2. That is y1, 50 mm. Similarly, we can calculate, this is all for section 1. Okay. Similarly, we can perform calculation for section 2. What is the area for section 2? It's nothing but 60 into 20. How much? 1200 mm square. What is the x2 then? We have to calculate x2 for this. So this 20 is already here because our reference is what? Y axis for x. Okay. So if I'm calculating x2, so x2 means for this section 2, what is the CG location? See, the CG location is nothing but somewhere here. Okay. So this distance from the reference, this will be the x2 value. So what is this x2? Check the 20 plus. This is what 60 by 2. That means 30 means 50. This is what 50 mm, right? X2 is nothing but 50 mm. And what is the y2? So y2 is vertical height from horizon. Always remember, if you are finding x2, so your reference axis will be y, and if you are finding y2, so your reference axis will be x. Like y2, if you are calculating, so your reference will be x. So what is this y2? Obviously this is 20, so 20 divided by 2, that is 10. So 10 mm is nothing but y2. All the value you have got. Now if you want to calculate the centroid, so centroid is nothing but x bar is, what is the x bar? It is summation of a. I'm talking about the x bar. So summation of a x divided by a. That means a1 x1, a2 x2 divided by a1 plus a. So it is nothing but x bar. What is a1? You have calculated 2000 into x1 is nothing but I think 10. 10. Sorry, 10. 10. divided by, okay, this is the A1x1 plus A2x2. A2 1200 plus x2 50. To calculate this value, so this is nothing but approximate, exactly it is coming 25 mm. And similarly we have to calculate y bar, summation of a y divided by a, that means a1 y1 a2 y2 divided by a1 plus, what is y bar, a1 y1, see a1 2000 y1 is 50 plus, what is a2, a2 is 1200 and 10, a1 a2 2000 plus, if you calculate this value, how much you will get 35, 25 mm and 35 mm. This is x bar and y bar, where it will exist. I'll draw the fresh diagram, then you will understand. Okay, this is nothing but 100 mm. Okay, this is what 20 mm. 20 mm. Now the whole length is nothing but 80 mm. Our reference is nothing but x axis here. All the measurement will be from the x axis as well as from y axis. Okay, now if you check each and everything, I will show you, don't worry. We had calculated x1 and y1, x2 and y2. What is the x2? X2, because section 1 and section 2, so x2 is nothing but 50 mm. See, we are having, this was the x2. Listen carefully, you will understand. This is the x2, and obviously this is the y2. Okay, this is the CG of section 2. This is the section 2, right? And so x2 y2, x1 y1, x1 and y1. So x1 is what measured here, and y1 obviously it will be measured from this will be the y1, the CG, and this is what x1. This is the CG1, means for the section 1 this is the CG1, this is the CG location. As you know, this L section is not symmetric about x axis nor symmetric about y axis, hence CG of this complete section 1 and 2, that becomes L section. So CG of L section will not lie on x axis and it will not lie on y axis also, because it is not symmetric about x axis or y axis. So where CG will lie? CG will lie somewhere other place beyond x and y axis. So we'll see what is the CG. Now x bar, y bar we have calculated. Now it's a centroid actually. So x bar is 25 mm, means I can say x bar is 25 mm. Anywhere you can draw x bar. I can take x bar. First I will show y bar, so it will be more clear. Where is y bar? It's a 35 mm. So from the, here you have to measure. Check what is the y1. Y1 is 50. and y2 is 10. So between y1 and y2 we have a y bar, because y bar is 35. So this is the y1 and this is the y2. So in between y1 and y2 we have somewhere that is 35. So I can say here, this is nothing but my y bar. Okay, this is nothing but y bar. Okay, where is x bar? X bar is 25 mm. Check, x1 is 10 and x2 is 50. So between x1 and x2 we have a x bar. What is x bar? 25. So x2 is here. Okay, x2 is here and x1 is, so between this it should be x bar. This is the x bar. Now it's clear. I can remove this y bar, because our y bar height is constant along x axis. Anywhere you can take, na? But x bar on is important. That is nothing but, they said 35 mm. So obviously it will be in between x2 and x1, because x2 is 50 mm, na? And x1, you know, it is I think 10. X1 is nothing but 10, huh? It is 10. But x bar is 35 mm, so obviously it will be in between, and y bar will be between y1 and y2. So this is the y bar now. What is the y bar? Y bar distance is given, it's 35. So it will be in between y1 and y2, because y1 if you check it is 50 and y2 if you check 10. So in between 10 and 50 we should have a y bar, that is 35. So I have shown here 35. This is what 35, 35, right? And this should be, it is the x2 x bar, sorry, x bar is 25, no? Sorry, you just correct this. This is 25. So x bar, this is what x bar, and this is the y bar. So my this location is nothing but x bar and y bar, which is nothing but 25 mm, comma 35 mm. This is the centroid. Done.